Now, what is agency by ratification? Subsequent adoption of a transaction entered without the authority to do so, right? So subsequent adoption of a transaction entered without the authority to do so. So it can be done by an existing agent not having authority, और इट कैन बी रैंडमली अ डिफरेंट पर्सन ऑल टुगेदर. इसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? प्रिटेंडेड एजेंट. हमने जो केस किया था प्रिटेंडेड एजेंट का केस था. सी ओवर हियर एक बार 196 की तरफ जल्दी जल्दी भाग लेते हैं. राइट. मिस्टर एजेंट, sorry, Mr. Ansh, over here, he was not my agent at all. He pretended to be my agent. I had no relation with Ansh, right? So यहाँ देखो मैंने लिखा है affirming an act done in the past, right? So sir had no relation with Ansh. Ansh feigned, or you can say he pretended to be my agent. Later on sir accepted the transaction, adopted the transaction. तो ये क्या हो गया? ये pretended agent का केस था. Over here we Ansh acted as a pretended agent, right? Not much space to write. Pretended agent. Right. So that is ratification as we did, and ratification is applicable from the date of the contract and not the date on which the transaction was ratified. So coming to question number 5, state with reason whether the following statement is correct or incorrect. Ratification of agency is valid even if the knowledge of the principle is materially defective. Now we'll take this up in section 198. Let us discuss more ratification. I want to add a couple of points in ratification, some doubts some people may have regarding ratification, because that, as I said, is one of the most important sections, agency by ratification. Now this is question with respect to question number 5. Question number 5. Now section 198, this relates to section 98. Now it says no valid ratification I suggest you read the notes. In that it is given can be made by a person whose knowledge of facts is materially defective. राइट, रैटिफिकेशन के अंदर बहुत सारी बातें हैं. हु कैन रैटिफाई, राइट? So there are a lot of things. Kellner versus Baxter is one very very important case which links the Companies Act and the Contract Act. Must read Kellner versus Baxter, right? So see, over here we'll take up an example to try and understand this. So there is one Mr. Som, right? And there is one Mr. Sir, right? Som turns up to Sir and says, Som is no one technically, means we do not have any relation of principal and agent. Som turns up to Sir and says that I have entered into a deal with Mr. X regarding certain 10,000 kgs of rice. Certain Sona Masuri rice for rupees 48 a kg. Right? It was like a very very good deal. Current market running price is 55, and he said that I will get you at 48 per kg from one Mr. X. I don't know Som, but hearing about this transaction, the Lalchi sir says yes. Right. Actually, there is no Mr. X in picture, right? And Som is selling to Sir his own goods. Now, this is what we mean by materially defective knowledge. Sir has ratified the transaction, though Som is a pretended agent, is trying to show he's a pretended agent. What do you mean by pretended agent? The one who is actually not an agent but pretends to act like an agent in front of third parties. He told that I've entered into a transaction with one Mr. X. Actually वैसा कोई Mr. X exist ही नहीं करता है. And the worst part of the story, he has stocked this rice long back. Now he wants to clear the stock, so he goes to Sir and puts up a story over there. So he's trying to sell his own 1,000 kgs of Sona Masuri rice at 48 per kg. It is nothing but some old stock clearance that he's trying to do in the name of Mr. X. So over here, though Sir has ratified the transaction, his knowledge, yani whose knowledge? Sir's knowledge. Sir's knowledge of material facts is defective. Where the goods are coming from, कुछ पता नहीं है, right? So the person who was selling the goods, everything all over here, this is of material importance, and that is defective. Defective due to whom? Due to Mr. Som, right? So no valid ratification can be made by a principal whose knowledge of facts is materially defective. Hence, this is an invalid ratification. Hence, the ratification is invalid, right? So over here you have to keep in mind why the ratification is invalid. No valid ratification can be made by a person. ये कौन है? प्रिंसिपल. वही ratify करेगा. और कौन ratify करेगा? Whose knowledge of the facts is materially defective, right? So the pretended agent cannot take this leeway and pass on certain wrong information, then make the principal, the so-called principal, ratify. So if there is any defect, any material defect in his statement, what is presented by our so-called pretended agent, so if it is defective, then even though ratification has been made, it is invalidated. बात खत्म हो जाती है यहाँ के यहीं. तो that is one thing that you need to keep in mind regarding ratification. Ratification is a big section. Kellner versus Baxter, I would suggest a read. I recollect seeing this case very, very, very often in Companies Act, right? And then it is linked to Specific Relief Act and stuff. So please mark this as super important, because I've gone through this case, Kellner versus Baxter, right, on ratification, and you will find I don't think so whether I've given the reference of the case, but you will find a mention in my notes on ratification, rules regarding ratification, right? So a lot of people have this simple doubt which I would like to solve before I move ahead. Now, can the principal reject the transaction altogether? So over here, if Som comes and says that I have actually, let us say Som found one Mr. X who is ready to enter into a transaction. Som pretends to be Sir's agent, then comes to Sir and says that I've entered into a wonderful transaction. Can the principal reject the transaction? Very much. The answer is a big yes. Now you would be wondering, if the principal rejects the transaction, which he can, right? Then what happens? What's the outcome? Then the agent is, or the so-called agent, the pretended agent, or the agent without authority, liable to third party. अब तुम सोना मसूरी चावल खरीदो और खाओ, enjoy, right? So if the principal accepts the transaction, right? So can the principal reject? Yes. Can he not reject? Possible. So the other outcome is not reject. If he does not reject, or rather we can say if he accepts, we call it ratification. You draw this flow chart so you can recollect. So if he rejects, then the pretended agent is liable. If he ratifies, then the principal is liable to a third party. want you to please note it down very, very carefully, right? See, if the principal does not reject, that is, if he accepts it, we have to have a highlighter of slightly bigger size. Then we call it a valid ratification, right? And then the principal is liable to the third party. And if there is ratification, one more time, sorry that I'm making you repeat this in your head so many times, ratification is valid from the date of the contract, and the date of ratification is not of material importance, right? But if the principal rejects, can he? Yes. Then who's liable? The pretended agent or the agent without authority is liable to the third party. Let him deal now. He tried to act over smart, अब मरने दो उसको.